Alright, so I had a question regarding the Petzl Gri-Gri I have on a different video from One Sticking, where I kind of briefly described how I kept it silent with some stealth strip. Stealth strip, I forget which website I brought it from. I know there's several that sell it now, but it's just like this felt material. It's super silent, but the back's all adhesive, and this stuff, like, I've had this on there for 2 or 3 years now, and none of it has even started to peel back around these edges at all. It's held up very well. I'm actually impressed. I didn't think it'd hold up nearly this well. Before, I'd always been using this stuff, which I use that a bunch on like carabiners and stuff. Just less areas for any clinking or anything like that. So that's kind of how I silenced up a bunch of carabiners. But then some areas like down here, I didn't want to do it. Just it fits a little bit tighter, especially when you're going through this hole right here. It's a little bit tighter if you add a bunch of that silencing stuff on there. So I only did a little bit of it. That's why the whole thing's not covered. But yeah, like as you can see, it's pretty dang silent. Like obviously, if you still do it like that, you're still gonna have some noise, but all your noise was right here at this little metal piece. When that and this top plate would meet, there was most of your rattle. You really didn't have a lot of rattle other places. It was pretty much all right there. So all I did was take a section of this stealth strip, kind of roughly cut it out to size, laid it over top of this, and then took an X-Acto knife and just cut around every slot. And then I cut a little bit with like some room so I could still fold some edges around. And that's right there, and that slides over top of that, and that just keeps that metal that's on the stealth strip then, and it keeps it super quiet. Yeah. It still can go through there with all this crap on there, but it's not ideal. It's actually kind of a pain in the butt. I don't recommend it, as you can see. But yeah, usually that's how it's sitting. I have my bridge down here and then it's sitting like this. But yeah, so then right here where it's sitting, there's just a thin, probably just single wrap of this silencing stuff. I can get like a freaking 5-pack on Amazon for like 10 bucks or something. It's super cheap. That's connecting right in there, and then you have this, which is right there. So I mean, the only thing you're hearing there when I'm shaking it is this lever moving back and forth. If I hold that lever, there is no other metal noise whatsoever, and you're not moving like that in a tree stand. So all your twist, everything like that up in the stand, nothing. You're not gonna hear it. You're not gonna have any rattle noise, anything like that. The most you're gonna have right there is if you let tension back off the line really fast and it comes back down. Who cares at that point, honestly? I don't think any device is gonna be totally good for that, but yeah. I love this. It was a lot cheaper at the time and more readily available, which is why I went with this route. But I've never really seen a reason to go away from it. So hope that answers your question. Stealth strip, I just Google it. I think there's 100 different places that carry it now because it's super popular for saddle hunters, and a lot of people put on their sticks and whatnot else. I bought like a, I don't know, it was a long roll. It's like 3 inches wide, and then it was pretty long. And I've just put it on so many different things, just various equipment while hunting. I use some on the bottom side of my drop away rest, just if the arrow's down on that for whatever reason, which it never is, but it can silence that. I use it on my camera, tripod setup and everything. I mean, it serves 2 purposes. A, it camos your equipment out really well with that nice flat camo. There's no gloss or anything like that, like you would have if you use like a camo duct tape or something. So it gives it that flat look, breaks it up, not just a big black blob there. And then yeah, it keeps everything super silent. I don't know, not much more to say than that, but you can definitely make your Gri-Gri silent if you add some stealth tape to it. That's about all I have to say about that subject. Hit me up if you have any more questions.